So we're going to make this Popplet, and the Popplet's a free app, and anything that says light is free. So I showed you on the iPad how the little icon said light, L-I-T-E, just for you to know. Anything that says free or anything that says light's free. And Popplet allows you to make some kind of visual of what you're thinking. Like we used Kidspiration last year. So your visual has to have this. You guys are going to make a Popplet. This box is a popple. Popplet's the whole thing, and you're going to make popples. And the popples all relate. So, partner number one makes a popple with her name and her picture, or his name and picture. Partner number two makes a popple with his name and a picture. Or her. And an extender popple that tells about you. And an extender popple that tells about your partner. So what's the popple in the middle? What's the popple in the middle, Catherine?
Well, it explains what you both like, what you're both.
What you both have in common. So if I'm thinking, this is a good way to get to know each other, but like I was saying before, we could make this a comparison of two characters of a book. Like let's compare Eeyore and Piglet. Things they have in common, things they don't. Or they both live in the forest. That's obviously something they have in common. But Eeyore is more pessimistic, which means he's blue and down about life a little bit more. That's something that Piglet is not. Piglet's always kind of chipper. So that would not be in common. So I would talk about something I do or like, or something about me, like I was born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And if my partner was Olivia, I would say, Olivia, were you born out of state? Were you born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, or out of state?
I was born in Nashville.
Okay, well then I would write Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I was born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I would leave it on my popple. She would write, I was born in Nashville. She'd leave it in her popple. If we were both born in Nashville,
then we would put it in the middle.
We wrote it in the middle. Now, when I use this Popplet app on the iPad, you'll see the effects, but you're not going to see me tapping on the smartboard. You're just going to see the effects of my tapping. So if you want to watch how I do this, which would be kind of smart, you're going to watch me on the iPad. Yes, Karen.
So that's how many there is?
Yes, that's how many. You really wouldn't need more than 5 popples. Yes.
How did you get
That's what I'm going to show you. First of all, when you open Popple, it's going to come up blank. Okay? Mine is not blank, but it will come up blank. It will say, Popplet, my Popplet, and you're going to have to start making a Popple. So the first thing you're going to do is tap the blue gear. Of course, I can't tap here, but I'm going to tap on my iPad to show you. So I tap the blue gear, and it says Make New Popple at the very top. So I'm going to tap Make New Popple. I'm going to try again, Mrs. Schultz. I'm kind of at an angle here. Make New Popple. And I've plopped it in the middle. I can move it with my, the connection has to be just right.
Now you have to do it.
Maybe. It's coming. There we go. So you won't have a mouse, right? So you can use your finger to move your Popple anywhere you want on the board. So I'll move Maria and me off to the side for a minute. You can put your finger on the background to shift the whole thing. You can pinch to shrink, go out to zoom, pinch to shrink, go out to zoom, pinch. Okay, so when you get your Popple, this black Popple is the one I just made. You can make it larger with the arrow at the bottom right corner, and you can drag your Popple out. So if you make a mistake, I did, tap. So I'm just tapping with my finger, choose my Popple. There we go.
Whoa.
Now, you have some choices here. This one is going to do color, border color, right? Doesn't that kind of look like the Popple? Okay, that'll do border color. What do you think T would do? You know this.
Type.
Type, T for type. I like that because a lot of times I say text and young kids might say what? Like textbook, and they still might say what? So T for type is a good way of thinking of that, okay? This one,
Paint.
just by picture, that's going to let you draw. And this one,
Picture. Photo library.
okay, so if I tap the photo right now, I'll show you that first. I can open the library, which is the camera roll, if there are pictures on your iPad. I'm going to actually tap the bottom one that says take a photo, and I'm going to take it right now, except that it's taking a picture of my hand. See my hand wiggling?
So
Why?
you press because your hand is because you
My
press the
hand
camera
is in the
and
way
it'll
of the
switch
camera.
around.
Okay, switch around. So the switch around's at the top right. So I'm going to switch my camera around. Now it is looking at you. If you want a picture of you, then you're gonna look at this dot up top and take a picture of you. So here I am, I have to look at the dot. Hey,
Hi.
got me, woo. And you can tap use, and you can tap done at the top right. I am in my Popple
Can I
picture.
So you can make that one tinier?
I can make it tinier with this arrow, dragging the arrow in.
No, your picture. Your picture.
My picture tinier. How would I make my picture tinier?
Like drag it in.
You know, it's just gonna be this dragging the Popple. And it will make my picture tinier too. That kind of answers your question. Okay, T for text. So I'm gonna tap T, and you see the cursor blinking, the keyboard comes up.
I love
Remember
pizza.
that on an iPad, the shift for your uppercase letters is the arrow by the Z. It doesn't say shift.
Rachel,
Yes, sir.
do you know like the thing where you can like split the keyboard in half?
Yes. Do you like to split the keyboard in half? Okay. So if you'd like to split the keyboard in half,
Can
you
you
can
do
use
it?
that trick. No, I'm gonna keep going. Terry.
How do you
So I've
do
got
it?
my name and my
How do you
picture.
put it in?
Right here,
You
color.
just do this.
This is
Just get
important.
it on.
You're gonna have to color code. And I missed the Popple, so I'm tapping. There. I might say I'm gonna color all mine blue. I missed it again. Blue. Now I've got
Ooh la
color.
la.
I've got my picture. I've got my text and my type. And I need to make an extender Popple. If you go to the blue gear, you make a Popple that's just floating in space. That works. But if you want it to extend down, because if you see here, when I did my
Brown
original
lines.
Popple, I have to write about myself. You tap your Popple, so I'm tapping the blue Popple. You tap the gray button at the bottom. If you tap the side, a Popple goes out to the side.
Go.
If you tap the top, a Popple pops up from the top, which is fine, but I'm gonna tap the bottom, and I've got my Popple. I'm gonna tap text, and I'm gonna start writing. Oh, like I was born in so on.
Pennsylvania.
So,
Pennsylvania.
I'm gonna delete, yay, I'm gonna delete my Popple. I don't know if you noticed, but there's an X at the top right. So I'm gonna X and say, yeah, I really wanna delete that Popple. They always ask you, just in case. And I hope that app didn't crash, but if it did, I'll pull it right back up. Right, I double tapped my home button. Now, your goal is to make a Popple per person. Everything in the middle will be a picture of you guys, so you have 3 pictures to take. I didn't show you the draw. If there would be some reason you'd want to draw on a Popple, you'd tap the pencil. So you'd pick your draw color, and you'd say, hey, this is Terry, and this is Maria.
What do you draw a list?
Okay?
Yeah, can you draw a mustache on them if they say yes?
Yes.
Oh yeah. And
All right.
glasses.
Now, what I'm gonna do at the end is let you come up and show your pop-up. We'll have the big reveal, and I'll just, all it is a plug. I'll let you plug in if you want to. And we're gonna let you show things that you guys have, so you should learn from each other. We'll see what things you have in common, and what things were just about you and your partner.
What if everything was in common?
Now, we're ready.
That's impossible.
You can turn off the video